30 years ago, Aledo, Illinois called itself the Rhubarb Capital of the World, and the Rhubarb Festival was born. It makes national news every year because lots of people really aren't familiar with rhubarb or Aledo, but we educate them. And
Yes.
Stephanie Geike, with roots in Aledo,
I do.
has a special designation this year.
I am the hostess of the cook-off, and because we've been down for the pandemic, we're going to get people together. They're going to bring their best baked goods. We have a division for children. We have a division for adults. We have pies, though the competition is stiff because every group in town makes pie.
About 60-some rhubarb pies to be judged.
Yes, something like that. We'll have also, hopefully, other ideas. Like, here's one. This is whipped cream, just sweetened whipped cream, a little bit of vanilla. And then this is a rhubarb that I cooked down, and I'm going to stir it through. It's actually an English dessert called Rhubarb Fool.
Rhubarb Fool. So you blend it in
Very
and,
lightly.
My mom used to make rhubarb like this. Cook it on the stove. It simmers down and turns into kind of it's like a preserve, like
a pudding.
Like a pudding. See you guys in that jar like that, like rhubarb. Now, for people who don't even know if they like it or they say they don't, a rhubarb is I guess a vegetable, isn't it?
It is a vegetable, but we use it like a fruit. And then here it is with. Now you want to take this at this point.
That's savory.
I know, it's savory.
It's, salty.
Now here we've added some sweetened whipped cream to that, and we put that in a fancy, like parfait glass or something.
Okay. So that's again, this is English.
It is.
Now look at this.
Okay.
Yes, this is a burger.
And yes,
with rhubarb sauce.
Rhubarb ketchup. I really have been working with rhubarb, and I became aware of the fact that it tastes and has the same amount of
it looks like
acid.
ketchup.
Yeah, has about the same amount of acid as a tomato.
You know what? That's so close to ketchup. I kid you not. So you're thinking, oh, rhubarb on a hamburger. On a hamburger.
No,
that's
it's
gross.
good.
It's really tasty.
It is, and having worked with it like I have been here lately, if you bake it, roast it, it condenses down. Now try this. It's intense.
Kind of like when you roast vegetables. You know how they get nice and rich.
Rich, and the water gets out of it.
That's nice.
It is.
I like
isn't it?
rhubarb. I always
do
have.
too.
I grew up on it. We grew it in my backyard. My mom loved it.
Well,
she made a great cobbler.
You can do so many things. Here's a coffee cake that has rhubarb both under it and on it. There's rhubarb muffins, which are fun. This is
These little muffins?
Yeah, and here is a cobbler.
Okay.
And then out in front are the actual rhubarb stalks.
Yeah, this is what it looks like. In case you're totally unfamiliar, and they have giant leaves, like big elephant ear leaves.
And there's a contest at the Rhubarb Festival for the giant, most big leaf. Now, the important thing to remember about those leaves, they're very poisonous.
Oh,
so we
yes,
don't like
the leaves.
If you eat kale at your house, which we don't, I know people do, but we wouldn't. But if you have those leaves and kale leaves, they look very similar.
Okay.
So I don't ever bring them in the house. I lob that off and then just leave the leaves around the base of the rhubarb for like a mulch.
That's good.
And then you don't have them in there to worry about somebody getting them in their salad.
I think we got some images from past Rhubarb
Yes.
Fest. So let's talk about this. I'm sorry, we didn't. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Oh well. Just imagine a rhubarb festival, okay? People.
It's fun. It's
people wandering around eating rhubarb.
In
okay?
the center of town, in the park.
In the park.
Yes.
In the park. So how did Aledo get to be the capital of rhubarbs?
Well, Darlene Johnson decided it's going to be the Rhubarb Capital, and she started the whole thing, and it's going 30 years, so it must be a good thing.
Darlene.
Wonderful.
Bless her heart.
Wonderful woman.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And the founder. And we're having, this weekend, we're opening the new spring menu at the Cocktail House. So I brought you.
Cocktail House in LeClaire, about to be in downtown Davenport.
I know. And so we have the bourbon peach iced tea.
This is very nice.
And
we're going to have a little toast
you
to
know
this
what?
to Mother's Day.
If you get yourself to Aledo, eat some rhubarb, have a bourbon iced tea, what a weekend that would be, right?
Oh yeah, because the Kentucky Derby. Yeah, there you go. So you got the Derby and Mother's Day this weekend.
Yes, we do.
All at once. So this, in a month, June 3rd and 4th, will be the Aledo Rhubarb Festival, year 30.
Yes.
30. That's a big milestone. So that'll be hopefully the weather's awesome, and you can enjoy some rhubarb.
And
in Aledo,
bring
Illinois.
your baked goods, bring your jam.
Bring the
we'll
goodies.
judge it.
We're going to wrap it up for today's show. Thanks, Steph. That was fun.
It was fun
always
being here.
Always fun to be here with you. Have a great evening. See you back at 6.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yay.